Welcome to It's Happening. My name is Jared, and sorry for the delay. I was finishing setting up. How do you guys like my new podcast opening? That's one that I created this morning. I am practicing and getting somewhat better, but I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that and what you guys thought of it. And don't forget, guys, if you need work done for your podcast, you need a podcast opening, videos, music, image work for your businesses, just look below the description. You've got both of our websites. My wife and I have teamed up to bring y'all the best images possible for all your business needs and much more. We do a ton of other things, guys. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. So, have we not... Let me see if this will work better. I keep noticing the sound's a little different. I finally got me one of these. I got to learn how to use it and to put in the stuff so you can work it better. Put in different sounds and stuff. I'm going to work on learning that today. So again, have we not yet learned our lesson? When we allow, let me just so I can look at you guys. I got a bad habit of looking down too much. Glare my glasses. When we allow those in power to start dividing us based on race, it never ends well. All we hear from our politicians and media is white supremacy is the biggest threat, and that whites have privileges others don't, that whites have more advantages than others don't. How do you think other races will respond when this is constantly ingrained in them from a young age? It also makes it acceptable to treat white people this way. It's time to stop it. Our skin color doesn't matter. We need to come back together and focus on us all being the human race. How about instead of pointing out the differences, how about we start pointing out what makes us more alike? How about we remind each other that we are all Americans here, and that the media and the politicians would have you believe that white people are out to get you, and that white people have some kind of privilege in this country, and that, oh, we have some kind of benefits that you guys don't. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take your bias out of it. I want you to take all the nonsense they've told you out of it. And I want you to really think for a second. When in history has any group that is actually oppressed, and I'm not just speaking on the black community, I'm talking about all those communities they have. When has any group that is actually oppressed gotten so much media attention, get tons of benefits that others don't, get benefits to start businesses, get extra on school loans? If they need benefits from the government, they automatically get extra because of their skin color. They get more in food stamps. They get more welfare stuff. They get more in bills paid. They get more in every area of life that you can possibly think of. And to this day, you still claim we are oppressing you. That mean old whitey is out to get you. This has got to stop. I can't for the life of me understand how in the world people have been convinced that now you need to use racism to end racism. That's what CRT pretty much teaches. Focus on race mainly over everything else. And we always have to have a conversation about race, except for when they talk about their conversation they want to have, they don't want to have a conversation. They want you to affirm their beliefs. They don't want to hear your side. They don't want to hear your facts. They don't want to hear your opinions. They don't want to see any facts that you have to show them. No, that's not what they want when they talk about this country needs a conversation. What they're saying is, y'all need to shut up and listen and do what we say. And this talk of lived experience, do white people not have lived experience? Or magically, somehow, again, white people just have privilege and they don't have to deal with all that, right? We've seen time and time and time again over the last 15 years, hoax after hoax after hoax after hoax after hoax after hoax of a black person coming forward talking about how they were being attacked by a mean Nazi white racist. And every one of those cases, it turned out to be that the person set it up and did it themselves so that they could get viral videos. But you know what? Nobody ever gets punished for that. Why not? If y'all truly gave a damn about ending race issues in our country, when either race comes forward and accuses the other race of doing something solely because hate and they hate them, and then the investigation turns out to be, oh, hold on a minute, that person set the whole thing up, that person should get in trouble. And all this speak of hate crimes, can you explain to me what a hate crime is? I want you to really think about that for a minute. What is a hate crime, and how is one crime more hateful than the next? Doesn't matter if it's a gay American, a lesbian American, a straight American, or a straight white American. It doesn't matter. If somebody is violently attacked, that is still a crime. But the sense of the hate crime, it just doesn't fit for me. And maybe I'm wrong on that. I mean, maybe my lived experience and the lived experiences I've had, and I've had plenty of them, of people being racist to me, I have them on a daily basis because I'm brave enough to come on here and talk and speak my mind. So trust me, I get all kinds of racist comments, but those are acceptable, right? Anyway, getting into it, the reason I keep bringing this up is because it's so important for us to push back against the left's BS narrative. Republicans, over my lifetime, I have watched the Republicans continually cave because they are so afraid to actually speak up because they're worried about being called a racist. They're worried about being called a bigot. They're worried about being called a sexist. They're worried about this, that, or the other. I think it's time we take race off of applications for school, off of any and every application out there, except for obviously medical reasons, because there is the only difference between us. Y'all have different medical issues. We have different medical issues. Women have different medical issues. Men have different medical issues. That's understandable. But in our society, as of today, we should no longer be constantly talking about race as if it is the biggest problem, and if whites are just out facing down and killing black people or chasing down and beating black people up. The way the media promotes it is if every white person wakes up in the morning, gets on their knees and looks at their freaking Nazi flag and goes, who will gonna get us one today? And let me tell you something. It's just, most of y'all know my backstory. Half of these people that talk about racism haven't ever even really seen real racism. You haven't met a real white racist or a real black racist person until you go to prison for a little bit. You want to see racism at that? It's right there. What y'all talk about out here, those people would laugh about in there. And again, I find it, maybe it's just me, maybe you have an answer to this. Doesn't it seem the more we constantly focus on needing to have a conversation, and again, they never allow the conversation. I think that is the problem. But the more we focus on needing to have that conversation, and all the media companies out there constantly white problems, constantly white systemic racism, systemic this, constantly. And then they turn around and talk about they're the party of unity. Their affirmative action after the Supreme Court shut it down rolled over into what we now call DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? Only whites are not allowed. White males are not allowed. It's designed to push white people out of existence in their book. And I've even heard some of them openly talk about how that's what needs to happen. White people are, we're causing so much climate change, it's racist. White people build bridges and it's racist. White people go down to the grocery store and end up with a black grocery bag and it's racist. Like I said, I've seen real evil. I've seen real evil racism. And what our country deals with today is not that. What we deal with is mass propaganda and Communist Party, Saul Alinsky's tactics on how to divide everyone so we don't come together. Because the moment we all take our heads out of our collective, you know what, realize we are all the human race, we are all Americans, we all are striving towards the same goals, maybe in different ways, they have no more power. And that's why they keep doing stuff like this. Now, I'm going to show you a couple videos, and I want you to tell me how you think the left-wing, any media, I'm not just going to say left-wing, how would the politicians and how would the media and how would the Hollywood writers talk about this if it was the other way around? Let's get into it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't yet, would you subscribe? It is free to subscribe to our Rumble channel. We are now streaming on Rumble and YouTube, so if it glitches or anything, please let me know. I'm trying to learn. I still need to learn YouTube more and what I can and can't do, so sometimes you'll see me be, we are working on our locals page too. I'm learning that. I've revamped the website. We've got a lot of things going. We're going to be doing a lot of things for subscribers, giveaways, a lot of surprise free things that we're going to do for people. We are going to build a community that is going, you guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love it. Let's go ahead and get into it before I ramble too much and y'all all leave it. All right. But yeah, if you haven't yet, would you kindly smash that like button? It will push us up into the Rumble universe so we can be seen more. And if you comment below, I have the live chat up. I will respond to your comments or questions. And guys, if I'm wrong on something, please let me know. I'm here to learn just like you guys, or I hope like you guys. All right, so let's go on over here to X, formerly known as Twitter. Let me expand this and make sure you guys can see that. All right, and well, I'm testing out a few new things. I don't ever rarely get to see it from y'all's end. I need another setup so I can have my back office going. So when you see me moving it around like this, do y'all like it better with the setup like this? Or do you like it better with me down in the corner? Or like this? You guys let me know in the live chat and I'll go ahead and play this one. This is again on X. Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit more. It's Liberacat, Ruckrat Media TM on X.
This is not allowed on campus.
Damn! 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 Damn!
Now again, how do you think the media, the politicians, the school system itself would be talking about this incident? How do you think that they would be framing that? Because we all know they're not going to go on camera and say it, but while they're sitting there in their little rooms, while they're fixing to go on the media and talk about it, you know they're talking about how the white kid must have freaking deserved it for some reason because the privilege is just spewing out of him. All of the advantages because of his white skin was just falling everywhere, and the black children just couldn't handle it, so they had to get justice. Right? That's how these people think out there. It's insanity. All right. I'm gonna pull up another video, guys. But yeah, let me know what you think, and how would this be being reported if it was the other way around? Here's another one, guys. I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. This is brutal. If I'm on your TV right now, or you have kids around, this next video is brutal. Okay, guys. I just wanted to give you a warning ahead of time.
Oh! Yo, that's wild. That's wild. That's why I'm a BDG.
Yeah, nigga.
What? What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, chill. Chill.
You can't say the N-word, Servo.
Yeah. Oh.
It sure does take some real people of courage to stand around and video and jump in and help beat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say exactly what that was. We are watching in 2024 a lynching on X. The media won't call it that for you because they don't like that word, and I'm sure that I'm going to get taken down for using that word now on the other thing that I'm streaming on. But this is for entertainment purposes only, and it's in my imagination. But that's what I would call that. And dang good and well that the liberal media would be calling it that, and much worse if that was a group of the other people against the other people. See, guys, this is what happens when all the people in power are constantly blaming everything on white people, are constantly telling you white people are holding you back, are constantly telling you that our system is designed to hold you back. People, we got the equality everybody fought for. We got the equalities for the gay and lesbians from the 90s that they fought so hard for. They got the equality for all groups. Do you realize that? None of these groups are oppressed. None of us are oppressed besides all of us. If anybody's oppressed, it is all American citizens, and our government is doing it to us. All of us. But in 2024, right now, there are no oppressed groups. None whatsoever. And if you keep dividing people up like this, telling people that solely based off of how somebody looks, that your life is either better or worse because of that, we're going to get more and more and more of this. And again, let's not forget that millions and millions and millions of people of non-white non-whites have come into our country. And they are being told over and over again that white people are the problem. White people are the ones holding you back. White people created math and it's racist. White people exercise and that's racist. White people want people to have a driver's license or an ID to vote and that's racist. But you have to have an ID to buy that alcohol or your cigarettes or to do anything else in life. But solely for voting, when white people want an ID, it's obviously because they're racist and they want to hold you down. All right, we got a couple comments and then we're going to move on. Let's see what we got here. You can't cure stupid. Absolutely not. Stupid is stupid does. I'm not a good actor and I'm not, but I'm. Oh, it's fun. Mama always said, sounds like somebody went looking for trouble and found it. That's what I heard all my life. If you're looking for trouble, you will absolutely find it. Yes, I agree. And if I wanted to get on my pity party, I could give you a history of my life of not looking for trouble and it always falling in my lap or me getting pulled into it. I can tell you stories solely based on me being the little brother of somebody, on how many things that I got yanked into, or people wanted to test me because my big brother. Anyways, it's stories for another time. And that's not hate on my brother. That's not what I mean. It's just, we all have our pity parties. We all have things that we can point at and blame. We all need to start learning personal responsibility again. That was pathetic, and I don't understand the need to stand around and end this kind of thing. I don't get it. Maybe I'm too old. Sharon, you are not too old. You are Asian like fine wine. You are not old. You are not too old. I promise you that. This is not about things just changing because we're getting older and the younger generation does things different. No, this is by design. They are literally forcing this to happen because they do this to kids when they're young. They start telling them all these things when they're young. They get them in grade school. That's why all these public schools that are teaching this sex nonsense, CRT nonsense, and all that crap. They are training activists from a young age. So by the time they get to college, they've got their activists for them. All right, so let's hop on over and check out some more stuff going on over there. You guys have any comments or questions? Please let me know. All right. Oh, sorry for that. And I'm always looking for guests, guys. If you're interested and ever want to come on and talk and tell me your opinion on anything, or maybe you have a specific thing you want to talk about, I have 3 channels on Rumble. I use the regular It's Happening for politics and culture. The Unseen Realm is for Bible and faith topics. And then any kind of supernatural, any kind of conspiracy, any topic you want can go on Unseen Realm. Then I have the Entrepreneur Hour channel where I'm starting to put all my side projects. And also I want to bring entrepreneurs on and give them a spot to promote themselves for 30 minutes to an hour. If you are interested, either go to my website, comment below. You can find me on all my social medias very easily. All right, so let's hop on over here. Let's see here. You know what? Let's just go hop on over to Lib's page. Oh no, there it is. There it was. Let me see if it's still sharing with y'all. Okay, good. Here's something I want y'all to see. Where'd it go? Backwards. Here it is.
But it was so racially charged because of what had happened just before with Rodney King, but also just how Black Americans feel about policing. It's not like O.J. Simpson was the leader of the civil rights movement of his era. You know, he wasn't a social justice leader, but he represented something for the Black community in that moment, in that trial, particularly because there were 2 white people who had been killed, and the history around how Black people have been persecuted.
Does it sound like she's justifying why it was okay for OJ to murder white people? Am I hearing that wrong? Is that what she's doing there? And you see how the media does this? They constantly focus on race. Constantly. Always. Let's listen a little more. Maybe I interpreted that wrong. Maybe you guys can help me.
The history around how Black people have been persecuted during slavery. There were just so many layers. And I guess I would just close with this, is that there was racial tension then, there is racial tension now. It might not be the backdrop of the Trump campaign, but until this country is ready to actually have an honest conversation about the racial dynamics from our origin story.
And there it is, an honest conversation. I'm down. I don't know who she is, but if there's any way I can get a message to her, I would love for her to come on my show and let's have an honest conversation. A real honest conversation. Let's not go on the media and just virtue signal and talk about a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation. Let's do it. But a conversation where both sides get to be heard, not where the other side gets to scream and shut them down, call them names, or twist the words and change the meaning of the words. Let's have that real conversation. Let's do it, because it's time to end this. And the only way to do it is to have, again, if you want a conversation goes 2 ways. These people, when they talk about a conversation, they mean Republicans sit down, shut up, listen to us. We know best. That's what conversation they want to have. They want to tell us we are wrong at every turn. They want to tell us we are the bigots and we just don't know it. I'm still praying for the benefits of my white skin to start showing up for me in my life. Because if anything, it's done the exact opposite. I had a lady when I first got my back hurt and I went to go get food stamps and tried to get food stamps. I couldn't get food stamps. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. They were going to give me $16 a month. $16 a month. And the young lady, who was awesome, she was great, she was so nice, she helped me, told me flat out, if you looked like me, you'd be getting a lot more. And that's in Texas. And I mean, it's not her fault. She didn't create the system the way it is. So again, where are white people's benefits coming from? Whites get put behind, or get put in the back of the line for college. They get put in the back of the line for loans. They get put in the back of the line for jobs now. You have colleges openly having Christmas parties where whites aren't allowed. You've got businesses openly bragging about not hiring white people. So again, I mean, let's listen some more.
till today, we will always have moments like O.J. Simpson that manifest, and our country will always be divided if we don't actually deal with it.
So, again, that sounded like another threat. If we don't deal with things the way they want to deal with things, there will be another OJ. There will always be another one of those instances. Could you imagine if a Republican had said something like this and it was the opposite race, you know? But I want to rewind and respond to one more part of what she said, because they love to bring up slavery, right? They love it. Got to bring up slavery. As if white people invented slavery. White people were so bored in America, you know, they decided, they all got together, sat down at a table, and started discussing, hey guys, we need some labor. We're going to go ahead and go on over to Africa and start kidnapping blacks and bringing them over here, and we're going to invent this thing called slavery, right? I mean, this is how they think in their minds, that white people went to Africa and brought them here, and we're the only ones who. What they don't tell you is the first slave owner in America was a black man who owned black slaves. All races have been slaves at one time or another. America's not special in any other way. Slavery is horrible. And another thing that they don't ever point out about slavery is UK, a white country, and America were the first two countries to abolish it. America and our country in 250 years, we are a very young country. We are the most diverse country. I live in Texas, where it is very diverse, and we have no issues and no problems with any of that crap. But they still want to bring up slavery as if me and my kids had something to do with it, and we should pay for it somehow. And again, as if we're not already paying for it by the fact that we constantly get told, no, we can't get the job because you're what? You can't even freaking sign up for certain jobs. Right? What happened? Where'd it go? Why did it disappear already? Anyways, I wanted you to hear that one more part. Right? It disappeared on me. And so I can clarify exactly what I mean here.
Proud, particularly because but he represented something for the Black community in that moment, in that trial, particularly because there were two white people who had been killed, and the history around how Black people have been persecuted during slavery. There were just so many layers. And I guess I would just close with this, is that,
again, what does slavery have anything to do with O.J. Simpson murdering two white people and getting away with it? What does that have anything to do with it? This is what the media does. All right, let's hop over and look at some other stuff. I see there are some comments up. I will get to them in just a minute, guys. But there's a few more things I wanted to show you guys on here.
Council introducing a ceasefire resolution, specifically the one United Liberation Front has drafted. I don't have faith that you'll do this. You guys are all horrible human beings, and Jesus probably would have killed you himself. What? And the thing is, though, it's very clear to me, as in someone who's been an organizer for the past couple of years, that none of you care, because you guys don't care about anything happening in Palestine or any other country where oppression occurs, because you don't care about the oppression occurring here. And I understand that you guys are all horrible people, but the thing is, 2,300 people being evicted in the last year, those are votes. And you guys, those are votes to win here in Bakersfield. And while you guys parade Gandhi around as a Hindu holiday called Chaitra Navratri starts off this week, I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that other people in the global South practice, believe in violent revolution against their oppressors. And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers. The increased criminalization for no need other than you don't like when people come and hold you guys accountable for introducing ceasefire resolutions, because the only escalation in violence has been by you all. And so there's no need to continue. In the last 5 years I've attended city council meetings, there's never been metal detectors. There's never been more cops. The only reason you're doing it is because people actually don't care if you guys don't like them, and they're actually resisting, so you want to criminalize them. So regardless of whether you elect people into office,
They're actively breaking laws. It's not we want to criminalize them. They're already committing crimes. Unreal. You see what I mean? When they empower minority groups to talk this way and to, I mean, it's unreal. Wow.
they'll backstab you, they'll let you die. And for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
He should be going to jail right now. That is a domestic terrorist threat if I've ever heard one in my life. Am I wrong here? I mean, seriously, that was what? Wow, I'm gonna have to look more into that, guys. That is. Yes, there's freedom of speech in this country. Those were flat out threats. And on the record. Do you think anything will happen? Tell me again who the real privileged. The only privileged people in this country are people. I'm sorry. If you're a Democrat and you stick to the Democrat line, you are privileged in this country because you get to do and say whatever you want. You get to act however you want. You can go up and threaten to murder people, and you can tell them, I'm even going to come to your house. White kids can get jumped. White kids can get beat up at school, and then the media will blame them. They will spin into, well, I mean, you maybe we don't know what the young black kids, their lived experience at home, and maybe he got triggered when the white person walked by and smiled at him or something, and I mean, so it's understandable, right? No, it's not. There are ways to end these problems. We will always have racist idiots. We will always have fools, ignorant fools in this country on both sides. But if you really gave a damn about making this country better, you would stop demonizing one group of people and vilifying the rest of them. You would stop taking all these small minority groups and boosting them up as if it's the only thing that matters. So when people like me respond with a logical response or a logical question, you can say, see, we told you. Whitey's out to get you. We told you, maggots are racist. They're Nazis. We told you. That's why they do this. They're looking for our reaction. So our reaction should be love and to care and to show them that that stuff doesn't matter. It matters to you and you alone. People on the side where I am, the centrist, I guess you'd say, the ones tired of all of this from both sides, there's not 1 minute, not 1 second of any day where I am walking down the street and your skin color even pops into my mind. I go to a restaurant, a black person serves me, I never once think anything about his black skin. I love going to all the Mexican restaurants around here because down in Texas where we live, we've got a bunch of Tex-Mex and a lot of new restaurants popping up. I don't walk in and demand a white server. promise. Normal people are not walking around caring about your skin color. They're not. Your skin color should not be a factor, but the left needs it to be a factor. They have to make it a factor so you will continue to think that they are the good people. They've been doing this to the minority groups for 60 years now. I'm going to put together an episode on before Lyndon B. Johnson. If I can find the links on the internet, I need to get a team of people. I've got to hire somebody to help me investigate some of these things because I want to show exactly what was going on before the left put this plan together and what they started doing. And it wasn't just against blacks and all of that. That's how it started. Yes, it absolutely started that way because the black family unit was growing in numbers. They were having children. They were getting jobs. They were starting to boost up higher than any other race in our country at that time. They were moving forward. And guess what? They were not voting for Democrats. So Lyndon B. Johnson and his cohorts got together and started creating ways to divide the families. And that's where all these social programs come in. So I'm going to put something together on that. If you guys have any links on stuff like that, if you're looking for some extra work that you can do from anywhere, I'd like to talk with you because I need some help on putting some things together. As I said, this is all new to me. I am not a computer guy. I'm a labor worker. I was a truck driver most of my life. And well, it hurt my back. I had to start learning to do things like this. But I definitely need some help because I run 3 different channels. I help my wife with her tumblers. We're fixing to start making shirts here. I'm doing gardening. I'm also teaching people AI. I'm teaching people how to build websites or building websites for them. I am busy all the time. So sometimes I can really use some help in getting links and stuff like that for shows. Or maybe you have something you want me to talk about. Reach out to me and I'll love to go over it and investigate it and go into it. But thank you again for watching. And my goodness, we've had a lot of people stay on this whole time. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you. If you would, please smash that like button. And if you're watching this on your TV, as I've learned, a lot of people do, because that's how I like to watch all my podcasts. I sit in there. If you press the up button on your remote, you can see it. You can still like the video if you're watching it on TV. So it does help us a lot. That's why I continually say that. And I'm going to play this one more time. I got some comments. I'm sorry. Let me answer these real quick. I meant egg on that. That was something else. Okay. She says, honest conversation seems to depend on what side you're on. Well, I don't believe only to the left. Everybody I've talked to, the centrist, independent, Republican, on that side, they're willing to talk about it. They are willing to sit down and talk about all the issues, willing to look at our own selves as well. The left won't allow it. They just go on these media companies and do that because they need to keep reaffirming into their viewers' brains how horrible we are and we won't do this or we won't do that. It's BS. We are the ones open and ready to do it. We are the ones open and ready to actually move forward in this country as the human race, as all Americans. God bless. Remember, it's happening, especially if a politician tells you it's not. Y'all have a wonderful day. I will be back on in an hour or so. Again, share this on your social medias. It would mean the world to us. And we will be doing giveaways soon. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our locals. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on there extra. I'm in the process of learning how it all works. But if you're watching on Rumble, if you look below, there's a locals. You can join it. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. There's one more question. I'm sorry. One more question. What is it? What is that? Someone please help me and make her go away. Yeah. So when I answer at the end, it's kind of hard. I think I know what you're talking about. But Mom, we're gonna have to get you something where you can use your keyboard and not your phone, because your phone does to you what it does to me. It changes words and mixes things up. Thank you so much for commenting, though. It means the world, guys. It really does. It really does. Let's see here. Let's see here. Check this out, guys. Check this out. God bless. I will see y'all in just a little bit.